Hi everybody, it's Julia here, and I am here today to tell you that I am planning on doing, as best as I can, to do a new series here on my channel every Monday, and that's going to be for December Daily, and I'm really excited about it. I had planned for the first video to be a look back at the album I did last year. I'm going to dig it out here. I'm working on so many projects. Oops. So this is the album I made last year, and I used a Snap 6x8 album in the black chevron burlap thingy. So I had thought about doing that, and the thing is, I can't take good photos today because of the weather, and I know some of you are like, what? But if you live up in the Nordic part of the world, you know what I mean. It's raining today, which means there is no light, and that will make all of my photos look really awful. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that it will be better in the weeks I can photograph. But in any case, there will be a video up on next Monday going through the album for 2014. So when I start to think about December Daily for this year, I mean, people have started posting videos, and the Scrap Girls had a podcast and all that, so I started to think, like, do I want to do it this year? And so I went back to look at it, and I decided I do want to do it. First, I thought I was just going to do sort of a collection of memories, an album that will be sort of for every year. The pictures will be more Christmas, and the stories will be more memories and traditions. But then I was like, maybe not. Maybe I should try to do a December Daily, because last year I did more like a December Weekly. So here I have my first page. Here I have some new embossing powders I was really excited about. That's a different story. So here is my sort of quiz to myself, and maybe you can use it too. So the first thing I wrote I had a question about, because obviously I decided to do it. Then I was like, okay, do I want to do it daily? Do I want to do it just memories, or do I want to do a mix of them? And I decided I'm going to do a mix. So I will do, because that's sort of what I missed in the last album. I wanted more like, this is what we did, a bit more Project Lifey, I think, but also more memories, because even though there's not a lot of day-to-day stuff in the last year, it's very like, I would say very flat album. I'm really not, I mean, I think it's really fun that I have it, but I think it can do a better job with the content of the album. So I have started to write out memories and traditions and stories on my computer, just like to keep them all looking the same, and playing a lot around with some fonts and all that. So I have started to do that. So that's my sort of what do we call it, like the content of the album. A big question, I know, is a big question for everybody out there, and that's the gold versus silver. I know, it's huge. I mean, which should you choose? So I put gold, silver, or a mix. That's a bit of a twist. And I have decided, very controversial, to mix the two. I'm really excited about to see how this will sort of turn out. I use gold mostly in my scrapbooking, and that's because I feel that gold is warmer and it adds more contrast than silver. Silver is a bit cold and it's not enough of contrast. It doesn't pop off the page, I think. But when it comes to me personally and what I wear, well, today I'm very gold glittery, but when it comes to jewelry I only have silver or white gold. So, but when it comes to decor or in my scrapbooks I have gold. So, but I think silver is really pretty for winter, and it is a colder, frostier, grayer environment now, so I think it would be really fun to mix the two. And also my mom always are in charge of decorating. You do not mess with her, and she uses red and silver, so I think that would be really good. When it comes to the album, on the other hand, I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I came down to 3 choices. So the first is 6x6. I mean, I have 6x6 albums. 6x6 is a really good, easy, small size. A 6x6 paper pads is really easy to find. You just punch some holes and stick them in and all that. The next option is 6x8, and I think in that case I had to buy an album, so I was like, do I really want to do it? Because I still wasn't 100% sure of my plan for December. And I also had a thought about the A4 size, which is of course bigger, but then I was sort of in the mindset of just doing like typing up journaling and having stories in there with photos and sort of like that. Which also had been cheaper because, I mean, finding A4 binders is really easy because Sweden, that is sort of the standard. So I had a good think about it, and then I looked online and I sort of psyched myself out. I have ordered an album, I'm waiting for it, and I ordered, surprise, yeah, but I ordered with the red shell. My thinking was, because they still have the black one, but I don't know if I will do it next year, and will this be around next year? And I sort of think that if I start changing up right now, because I only have one, maybe it won't look so weird when I change up later. That's my thinking. And the last big question, for me anyway, was do I want just pocket pages, like this one, which is more project lifey, if you can call it that, or more free. And I decided to go with a mix. Surprise! But I think that, because when I look through this album, now, I mean, you can see, it's not a very thick album. But, and I'm going to go, like I said, do a video about the album, but what I sort of feel when I look through this, partly it is, I didn't really have a plan, so the papers and all that, it doesn't really go together color-wise, and I just feel everything is flat, everything is just plasticky, and I mean, I still like the album, it's not that, but so that is what I want to change for 2015, and we are coming to that right now. So I made a list. I am like a huge list person, so I went back to my album and I'm like, okay, what is it that I like about this album? And I like that it is a Christmas album. It was sort of fun to make. I think I can do it a lot better, but it's really fun to look back on Christmas, because Christmas is like, ah, okay. I really like the size, so of course, good keeping that. In the album I also have recipe cards, and I really like that. Like specific recipes that we make. And some of the recipes I can't find anyway, because I am a terrible recipe follower, so I don't follow the recipes. In the back of the album I have a 6x8 pocket for just Christmas cards. I really like that. I also had a sort of clear structure for this album. It was weekly, it was per advent. In Sweden, advent is like, it is I mean, it's advent. Like, yeah, you don't miss advent. I mean, you light a candle every advent. That's just the way it is. So that's what I mean, it wasn't daily, it was per week, and I still want to incorporate advent, of course, but I think I want to do it more daily. But I will start my December daily on 1st of Advent, because that is when Christmas starts, according to me. And I also liked that I had written about traditions, sort of. Like I said, it's not that story heavy, and I want to have that more in my album for this year. I also like that I had a lot of photos of ornaments, and I want to do that this year too, better photos. And also I have like favorite music for the season and movies and all of that. Just, I mean, a filler page, or I mean, if you do it daily, I mean, if you don't do anything fun that day, just put a page in about your favorite music or favorite movie or book or something. Lastly, I thought about the things I want to do differently for this year, and the first thing I wrote down in my little book here is to have a clear plan, and I think I do. I know that I want daily as much as I can, but also a lot of stories. But I think when I said I want a plan is the layout, the scheme of the book, the colors. So I have put together a kit, and that video will be up after the album from last year. And like I said, I want to do it daily, and the next time I want to spend more time on photos. Last year I think I have a lot of good photos, but they came out really dark. I printed this at home, and I think it's a combination of I did not edit the photos, and I didn't really know my printer, so they came out really dark. And like I said, it's just the same in December as it is in November. You get really crappy light in your photos, so you have to work with that in the editing software. So I will definitely spend more time really getting good quality photos. And I also had a lot of iPhone photos, and I had an iPhone 4, and those photos, when I look back at them, I'm like, yeah, no. So that is sort of something I want to really focus more on my photography, which I have been doing all this year, so that sort of is not a big change, it was sort of very natural. Also, I have read that I want more of a free album, more loose, not as much pocket pages. Of course I will have pocket pages, especially those like 2x2 little square ones, and we'll mix it in, and I think that will add to it. Another thing that I said I wanted to do for this year is to make it more tactile, to make it more, like I said, it was fairly flat. I mean, like the album in of itself and how I had decorated it is flat, but also it's flat because it doesn't have a lot of personality, not a lot of journaling. So like I said, I want to add more memories and traditions and stories, but I also want to go on the other way, more visually, to add more wood, metal, texture, fabric, paper, vellum, acetate, all of that. I want it to be really something you want to touch and really pretty and look pretty and warm and cozy and Christmassy. So I'm really excited about getting started with this album. I know it's the middle of November, but I think like it's not too early. Yeah. So if you sort of feel that you want to follow this process, then please subscribe, and I hope to see you all next Monday so you can take a look at the album. Okay, bye!